Throw Gang, we are joined by Georgie's Who-Man, Lauren Schlossman, and myself, the birthday boy, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running of the Boys. Thanks. With today's full episode only available on patreon.com/throwingfits. Before we get into losing an absolute legend, moments of vacation euphoria, and live reviewing the Drake book, let's get into a fit check.
Cheers. Happy belated, buddy. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. All right, you want to start off?
All right, outside, I was wearing Oakley Factory Team Chop Saw Mules, courtesy of the boy.
That's a mouthful.
Courtesy of the boy, Aliyah, which, it's funny, we chastised him a little bit because I was like texting with him, or whatever. We're a unit. Chastised him a little bit.
An absolute unit.
When we were on doing our Maniacs in Milano podcast, I was like, oh, shit, you're the guy I've been texting with for the free flow. Yeah. Where they at? And what I don't know is if they were already on the way
were the wheels in motion?
and arrived in like the 2 weeks that we were in Italy because the wheels were already in motion, or if chastising him live to his face actually got the flow flowing.
My opinion is that a closed mouth does not get fed. And I'm pretty sure if you had not said anything to him, if you had not chastised him publicly, you would not have what is the full name of the Chop Saw Mules?
Well, I don't know exactly. So it's the Factor Team Project, right? Which is a subdivision of Oakley, which is headed up creatively by the mad geniuses at Brain Dead.
The Brain Dead Brain Trust.
The Brain Dead Brain Trust. The Brain Dead Big Brains. And the shoe model name is the Chop Saw Mule. Which I love. Yeah. Gallagher loves them. Mm-hmm. I love them in this colorway. In the all-black colorway, they look a little bit like a cop shoe, but you're not a fan.
Well, it's funny you say that because cops definitely wear Oakleys all the time. Like, I feel like that's...
they also wear Arc'teryx. They were fucking Carhartt. Come on, bro.
Arc'teryx Leaf, for sure. I'm not a... They are... I know. I appreciate them for what they are, which is like a cool, futuristic mule. Mule sneaker. I personally would not wear them, but they just wear a lot of things that you despise. So I would never fucking throw stones.
I can't believe Fisherman sandals were ruined for me in one summer.
Hold on,
2 summers.
Can we just build up to it?
Did you see their Oakley Factory Team? They just have a new shoe. It's like a water shoe. It's like a rubber kind of like it's a mule, but it's all rubber. It looks fucking crazy. I don't know. They're just doing. It's interesting. It's interesting what they're doing.
Well, what Aaliyah said, that was like kind of fucking mind-blowing to me, because like who kind of gets carte blanche with the brand of Oakley's caliber? Like they just literally get to cook whatever they want, and they're crushing overall.
Yeah. This podcast is brought to you by Cash App, the all-in-one app for spending, sending, and setting easy-to-track savings goals. Personally, I love using Cash App's saving tools whenever I'm planning something big.
Oh man, listen to us right now, dude. We're about to go to Italy for a work trip that is then turning into 2 separate boys' vacations. We got the ladies tagging along, dropping in, hopefully not dropping out. It is overwhelming, hectic, and quite frankly, there are too many moving parts for my tiny little pea brain to even remotely keep up. But thank God I got my real life wife and my real life work husband to keep me honest, because I don't think I could do it alone.
Yeah, if these savings tools were built for anyone, it's 2 financially irresponsible John's enthusiasts, such as, like, for example, ourselves. So whether you're saving up for a trip, a rainy day, or a sunny life, like Jimmy and Larry, Cash App has the tools to help you take control of your money and financial life. Download it for free in the App Store and Google Play and see why it's the #1 finance app in the U.S. App Store. Okay, moving on up. Nike Drifty Socks. Bro, you want to talk pants?
Let's talk pants, dude.
Let's talk pants.
We are wearing pants on like a day that's way too hot for me.
Well, you had to travel here. I'm in fucking TF shorts all day until the fit check happens, and I just throw on this fit.
I was wearing TF shorts until I left the house, which might have been stupid.
MF Pen Classic Trousers. I think this might be my current favorite cut of trow. It's in like this dark gray colorway because I realized that I don't own any pants that are like normal colored. So I went out on a mission to buy some like navy, black, gray trousers, chinos, whatever,
slacks
that I could wear from the boardroom to the bar. And these are they're pleated. They're the perfect width, perfect length. They stack, especially with the Oakleys, so nicely. And they're like a perfect foundational piece for like when you want to wear crazier shit, whether it's a Chop Saw Mule or this t-shirt that we'll get into.
Can I ask you a question?
Emma Pen Pants. What's up?
A wise man once asked me, are the pleats inverted?
I don't know.
You want me to...
And you know what I say to that? Never made it as a wise man.
Do you want me to, like, should we see?
Sure.
All right. So do the pleats go out or in?
They go this way.
Right. So if they go away
They
from
fold it over that way.
right. So they are
Oh,
not
double pleat.
Yeah,
Shit.
double pleated, beautiful.
Just found
great
a pleat.
pants. Those are not inverted pleats. Inverted pleats, now that I fucking was chastised myself by a certain someone, the most interesting man in menswear, the inverted pleat goes towards your dick.
And what is the benefit, or how does that differentiate from the
All right, so
external? What's the opposite of internal? Inverted.
well, these are just
exverted?
They're just pleats
Okay.
versus inverted. So this is a British style, and then inverted is an Italian style. Which, because Italian pervs, they want all eyes drawn to the cock,
Got it.
to the
got it.
sausage.
Yeah. To
Anyway,
the sausalito.
now you guys know at home, and you have learned something today.
Yeah. The T-shirt is Born and Raised. Big R.I.P. to Sponto. We'll get into that. Talk
Sponto
about
forever.
him and his legacy and his friendship, and just who he was. I believe this was Flow, like kind of early Flow, when I bought a T-shirt that talk about fucking designs that like were crazy and just came from the crazy minds of him and Two Tone. A long sleeve shirt that had a cartoon graphic of Ronald Reagan on the front, and it just says "I shot Reagan."
Fire,
Which is
gas, dude. Get one
incredible.
of those. Get one of those to John Hinckley, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
Shout
out Jodie Foster too.
But yeah, we're in the high vis, Born and Raised. The jewelry, the rings are from Maiden Name. The diamond earring is from Maria Tash. Shout out all my Long Island Jet bitches. Drink check. Hanes boxers. I'm drinking a Modelo, Greenpoint's finest, and a Diet Pepsi out of frame.
I have a question for you. You told me that your new watch didn't really work out. What happened there?
Well, I was test driving it through Italy. I'm not mad at it. I'm still just not really like a watch guy. Like I have very sensitive skin. Like I can feel.
We can tell, dude.
I can feel the earring. Well, I was allergic to like a non-gold metal, but I can feel like the hoop like moving around with a watch. It's just always there. But the main issue was it was so hot in Italy when we split up for vacation that I was sweating. Obviously, just like had a sheen on me the whole day, and I took the watch off.
Like a goddamn glazed donut.
My whole wrist just had a fucking green ring around it, like a goddamn old bathtub, looking like the Green Goblin. So that was embarrassing because that means it's like fake or like fake gold.
Yeah, it's gold plated.
Yeah, it's like it's chocolate wrapped in gold, which I knew it was.
Old gold.
I knew it was gold plated, and that's totally fine. And I don't think there's any fucking shame in wearing like gold plated jewelry or gold plated watches or whatever. But when the tell is that obvious and that fucking physically revolting, like it looked like the green vomiting emoji, that color green, not this green.
All kind of like, sentimentality aside, the reason I'm rocking, wifey on the pinky despite the green ring is that you can't really tell. If it's your wrist, that's like a very prominent that would be signaling your brokenness.
That's
For
a
me,
prominent joint.
This is like this is out of the way.
This is a prominent joint right here. It's not quite the elbow, but it's pretty fucking prominent.
It's a prominent joint for sure. Okay, you're done.
And vintage Versace Sunnies up top.
Okay.
Larry, what do you wear?
I wore FA Sambas to the crib. I have on.
I'm fucking awesome.
I have on Thready's socks, and we need to talk about these. But at first, if you wouldn't mind, I'm gonna put my mic down. I'm gonna do a little, The Graduate.
Yeah. He's a little lad who likes berries and cream. Okay, that's enough, fucking Mrs. Schlossman.
All right, so the socks, the Thready's slouch socks, have been divisive to say the least.
Yes, they are horrendous on you. I will say that.
So, two types of reactions have basically been coming through. Okay. One is ID. These are fucking sick.
Okay.
Which was the exact same experience I went through when I asked a friend of ours who ID these, which I'll get to.
And were they Were they so embarrassed that you asked for ID that they said you can't mention their name?
No. I'm just not there yet in the sock talk. And then the other end of the spectrum is, like you said, you called me gay Mozart.
Yes, and it's amazing that you actually elicited this many comments because normally, myself included, I feel like people, if they are going to hate directly to your face, they exercise restraint and they don't say it, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that you were able to receive these comments, I think actually speaks to probably 10x people were actually thinking alongside our side of the spectrum.
The shares on Instagram, and I will say that because I wore them with ALD Fisherman sandals, they were extra. In New York, I Plymouth Rock, little Robespierre.
Yeah, you looked like a little
TJ.
You looked like a little. You looked like a little Victorian match girl.
Yeah.
Just a little gutter snipe. But it's one thing when you wear them with pants and with shoes, and they're kind of peeking out, and that's how the people that you directly asked,
I gave him a peek.
That's how they wear them. But when you wear them with your current shorts roster, which are just fucking flouncy,
Yeah.
like you look like a German schoolboy, in like lederhosen, like, especially with the fisherman sandals, and especially
Or
with
like
the
a
fucking,
Japanese schoolgirl.
especially with the leg warmers. You look like an Zap, the American lady gladiator.
Laser.
Yeah, well, Laser was a dude.
Laser Larry. So it's interesting about and I did not. This is talk about fucking learn yourself something. I basically saw two friends of ours wearing these, Cam Hicks and Adrian Carter, both of which are from the DMV.
Both
the
super advanced stylish guys.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. And they're from the DMV, not the Department of Motor Vehicles, but the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. And apparently, what I didn't realize, and Adrian is the one that I hit up because I was like, "Yo, what are these socks? I see you and Cam wearing them all the time. They're fucking gas." He's like, "Everyone always asks." Oh, like, are they comb? What are these? Like, they are this fucking Threadies brand slouch sock. He goes, growing up, what the Moes in DC would do. And
Mo count one.
And I cleared that with Paulie C.
Okay.
And also Nick Grant was like aware of this too. So all these kind of guys that are from the DMV. So here's the deal: a bunch of the Moes back in the day with all their fucking New Balances and shit, they all wore slouchy socks.
Okay.
Obviously. For me, that is straight up cultural appropriation.
In like more ways than one.
Well, so is that
What's the commonality between the four guys you just mentioned?
they're all
Curious.
African American, or they're all
alright.
black. I don't.
They're all
no one says
DMV American.
Yeah. What's funny though is like people being like, "Yo, this is like some fruit fly, like, fucking gender bending, like gay shit." It's like. That's actually, I don't know what's worse, me doing, if that was the intention, or if the cultural appropriation of black men is worse.
I don't know. It's not even that femme. It's not even that femme to me.
Really? That's how.
I think that like femme socks, like frilly socks, like that's a move. Like
Yeah.
our boy Benny Blanco does like Mary Jane's with the fucking Gucci frillies.
But this is like 80s to you.
This is like and again, what works on a guy like Cam Hicks might not necessarily translate over
absolutely.
to a guy like Laser Larry. That's all I'm saying.
I've been seeing them fucking rock these with like whether it's Wales Bond or Sambas
like, in
or
the
Adrian's like crazy run of like basketball shoes, and I'm just like, yo, these are so fire. I couldn't bring myself not to ask.
It's also 95 degrees out.
Yo, so they have a bunch of different weights. This is the medium weight, which was what was recommended by Adrian. And yo, they are not. Like people were like, yo, I bet you like those dogs smell crazy. Like I know it smell crazy in there. I'm like, yo, it's actually like not bad.
Well, you're impervious to the heat, which is insane.
No, my
You
dogs.
don't-
are
No,
what
you
sweat.
wore denim all last summer, and you're wearing like
did.
pants out this year.
Yeah,
You wore raw denim last summer, bro. What the fuck is wrong with
It
you?
was a Bottega spring weight denim, to be fucking crystal. Anyway, so shout out to fucking DMV. Know your history. Yeah, I think it's an advanced move that like, and someone in the cord was like, when I was getting destroyed, like
rightfully so.
absolutely savage.
Because again, it's like you can wear those, and I think when you wear them with just like black sambas and some fucking trousers that we're gonna get to in a second here, that's one thing.
Sure.
When you pair them with a fucking pair of fisherman sandals,
hitting
which
grid soon, baby.
fisherman sandals and socks to begin with is a
Yeah.
bit like, what are you doing?
Oh, quick
bro?
little aside. That's funny when you and I were having like the little Mozart back and forth. What's hilarious is that have you ever seen the movie Amadeus?
Yeah.
Oh, you have. Well, one Mozart, pussy getting legend, famously super horny wife guy.
He drank 29 cups of coffee a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that how he was so fucking
how he got shit
nice
done.
on the fucking ivory?
That's how he tickled the ivory. Yeah.
But anyway, that movie is great because it's a masterclass in hating, and you kind of hating on me, the Mozart in the scenario. You're kind of like Antonio.
I'm not hating, dude.
Solieri, one of
not-
the greatest haters of all time.
I'm not hating. I'm just stating kind of an apparently objective fact.
So anyway, when the cord was killing me, one guy was like, "You think that like," and I'm like, shout out to this guy for defending me, but like he was like, what do you say? He was like, "Yo, you think like Larry cares what like all these guys who like pays rent thinks about him?" And that's not my mindset, but my mindset.
That's the only thing you care about.
No, but my mindset when it comes to the haters was like, I don't know about everyone else, but like you and I are always like, we just dress for ourselves, and like I think they look cool. Like Jenna hates them, you fucking hate them. Apparently, a lot of people on social media hate them, but I like them, and they make me feel good.
All right.
So I'm gonna wear them.
Whatever you got to tell yourself to sleep at night, brother.
Yeah. Moving on up, I have on OL Workshop Dickies. I have on a Hanes Pleaser. I am wearing a vintage Armani button-up courtesy of Chickies. I am beefing crazy with my dry cleaner right now.
What's up?
I don't want to talk about it because it's gonna make me too
Hits
fucking
you right
mad.
here?
Dude, I'm gonna honestly. So there was a time.
How long you been going to the dry cleaner?
Since we've lived
like
in Bed
Mad,
Cycling
like
Hill.
6-7 years.
And his place burned down previously.
Oh.
I don't think it was a Jewish lightning type scenario. Shout out to Bear. I can say that. This guy is not Jewish. You could just guess where he's from. But his place burned down, and I was like really bummed, and I felt for him, and like I want to support a local business. This dude, since they reopened, has
he's feeling himself?
Has fallen off.
He switched up
so fucking hard that I'm gonna burn it down a second time, and I will go to jail for a hate crime. That's how bad this dude is fucking up. I am never giving him another fucking cent as soon as I fucking get back what he still has for me, which is multiple shirts.
That sucks. I got my Italy. I was in Italy longer than you, and I dropped my shit off later than you. But I just got all my full load back today, which I'm excited about.
You got a full load.
Got the full load back from Sammy's Dry Cleaner. Shout out Sammy's here in Greenpoint. Very fire. I had to switch. I had to stop going to my first guy, which is across the street, because one, they don't do it on premises.
Yep.
Two, they wouldn't respect the collars.
Right.
They would iron down campies and spread open the fucking labia
Disrespectful.
majorum, the straight collars. Sammy, we still have that issue a little bit, but so far every stain I pointed out, no problem, gone.
The most important people in any man's life: their barber, their tailor, and I would say a dry cleaner is right there. And if you're not getting respect, don't fucking give it. And I am done with this dude. I'm cutting him fucking clean out of my life like a pair of trousers. I'm trying to get him.
As soon as you got your shit back. All right.
Moving on up, I have on a white 316 rodeo hat, which is notable for two reasons. One is shout out Andrew for tracking down apparently the absolute last one in existence for your boy. The second thing, which has almost ruined this awesome hat for me, is I thought from pictures, just seeing it online, it was like a snake type of embroidery. It's both their logos, like kind of like lassoing together. Yeah. Multiple people have been like, yo, is that hat the Threads logo?
Oh,
and I want to fucking kill myself, even as a Threads fucking addict.
Good thing Threads won't be here in 6 months. All right.
I'm wearing Supreme Hanes boxer briefs. Rollies on the wrist. Wedding ring is on the fingy. Wifey, as I said, is on the pinky. I'm also drinking a Modelo with my fellow, and I have my own sidecar of Greenpoint's finest.
Okay.
Let's do the fucking show.
Fit check, drink check complete.
Holy fuck, dude. 17 minutes? All right.
16 because we started a minute late because I am too tall for the video. Right? Yeah, my torso is too long.
Damn,
we're on the same horizontal plane. That's what's so crazy right now.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Like,
whatever.
we're sitting.
Pay the money. You don't have to sell. We don't have to upsell.
I'm just saying, like, it is crazy just looking right now. Like, I am a full half head taller than you.
Yeah, bro.
It's nuts.
Fucking all legs, baby.
I'm delaying getting into a really sad segment, which is obviously everyone at this point knows that Sponto, the founder, born and raised, Venice legend, died like 2 weeks ago, I think, at this point when you're hearing this. We were still in Italy. I got the news from a friend. He group texted us, and I saw it because I was like up at like 2:30 in the morning, and I thought I dreamt it.
Damn.
And
Fucking
then
nightmare.
woke up, and it was like, and you had been replying and talking.
I was actually home.
Yeah. So it was like at the very end of the vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge, very, very devastating. This guy was a legend. Obviously, we potted with him for 2+ hours. I mean, the whole ordeal took like 4 hours because he just wanted to give us that much time, but it was just like hanging out more than anything.
Oh, the flag.
Back in April. Oh, god damn it. I'll get it later. Yeah, Sponto was, I think, like Bradley Carbone maybe had like one of the best sentiments where it's like, if you met this guy for 15 minutes, you thought he was your best friend. And when I first read that, I was like, oh, he's calling out people.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously an outpouring of everyone, not just like his close friends and family, but like everyone whose lives he had touched, being like, yo, long live the king, RIP, on some like, I thought he was calling out people for doing some like social media, public grieving. Yo, he was my friend, blah, blah, blah. But
making it about them and trying to cloud chase
exactly.
or whatever, yeah.
But what he really, I guess, on a second, third reading, what he was saying was that like Sponto, if you spent 5 minutes with this guy, like you really thought that he made you feel like the biggest guy in the room, and was like, I mean, I had only hung out with him, I don't know, like 10 times, but he would like randomly FaceTime me, and that's like what everyone is saying in the tributes is he would just like randomly reach out, just being fucking a goofball, a silly Billy, and it's fucking huge tragedy. He was telling us like all the stuff he was so excited for with the brand and like what he had coming up now that like cancer was finally in the rearview mirror, like fully, because he had to cancel a few times on us because he was just like feeling the remnant effects of like chemo and the sickness. Even after he, I guess, had like technically beaten cancer, you're still fucking fried from that shit.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was a huge loss. I don't really know what to say anymore. It was just a fucking bummer. Long live Sponto.
Yeah.
Sponto forever. Yeah, he was the king.
It's super sad and such a fucking bummer and such a loss for like not just like streetwear, but like the city of Los Angeles, Venice specifically. He's got fucking young. He leaves behind a wife and like three young kids. James is gonna go get the flag so we can properly eulogize him. Yeah, the whole idea of like us finally tracking him down, which was like a narrative that we like joked about with him at the time, but with like hindsight being crystal clear 2020 now, it's like, holy shit, how lucky are we that we were able to finally make that happen because he was feeling better. And it's just one thing that we had talked about, and I would never make this about me or us or whatever. And like there are other born and raised projects like that are coming out where like I'm sure there is a bunch of press and interviews and things that they're saving for like when the Levi's drop or all the Nike stuff. But the fact that this pod, which to me was like so fun to do and I thought was like so interesting and had fucking knowledge darts from front to back, like it's wild to think that like, because you never, when you sit down to pod with someone, when we do, it's like, oh, we're having fun, we're fucking around. You never think it's going to be like one of somebody's last wills and testaments to some degree. But the content speaks for itself. He's a fucking beast. That show is incredible. And yeah, man, there will never be another Sponto, and we miss him already.
I felt really good that like I think that the conversation in the episode and the pod we did with him was like a testament to who he was.
Sure.
Like fully, you got the full range of like there are moments where I was like, oh shit, is he gonna fucking like,
I said some dumb shit
and then,
for sure
and then,
that I don't,
and then
I'm
there are
not proud of. But
yeah, and then there are
what
other
it
times where it's just like the biggest laughs, just like dying laughing, talking about what was, what will be,
The fucking
what
king,
is.
bro.
So I am
perspective too, right? Like what a guy.
yeah, but so I'm happy and proud and relieved and like that
Yeah.
that episode does like
That's
showcase.
not what it's about, but yeah.
No, but that Sponto
Right,
like
no, I agree with you.
that we didn't put out like or we weren't part of like a false or I don't know like inaccurate representation of or depiction of him. And yeah, he was just the fucking best. And like we would text about future islands. Like you thought that this member of V13 was a fan of like this like fucking
that's hilarious.
stupid little band from Baltimore. No, but yeah, it was that sucks.
I mean, I'm not like and I think you agree, like the hugest fan of like when people pass, it's like, oh, my fucking DMs with this person or whatever. But I was going back to the group chat we had with him. Like that was.
If anyone posts my DMs after I die,
no, well, don't, dude. Yeah,
it's all a bunch of just
I'm coming back from the dead, and you're gonna have to kill me again.
It's a bunch of hot girls where I'm just liking their story. Yo, he like some fucking baddie's like, yo, he used to like all my stories.
R.I.P. to Horny Jim. He liked every selfie. No,
he would always say, "Where you
even
at?"
Like
at 2:30 in the morning.
That group chat, because he was like, the way that I read everything with him is that he was really happy with his episode, and that's all we ever want from a guest. Like, it's great when the people promote it and the audience loves it, but like, if the guest really enjoys themselves and is happy. Because like we are just so grateful for people's time, especially someone like him who has so much going on, who like isn't always in the best of health, and it takes a lot of energy to like do a fucking multiple hour show. Like when that person is psyched, as he expressed like to us, like that to me, just going back, I'm like that. I'm happy that we were able to do that with him. That's all.
Yeah.
And grateful to share his story or give him a platform where he shared his story. But like, I feel grateful, dude. He's an inspiring guy and will be forever.
And, normally when the social media around like a celebrity's death, I always find like very, or not celebrity, like a well-known figure death, like very kind of like,
Public
like
figure.
cringe or like making about trying to censor yourself or that person trying to censor themselves.
Yeah.
With Sponso, it was like, yes, of course, there was like definitely an element of that with you could see an element of that, but it was like, I don't know, it was more like you could see that he really touched a lot of people and affected a lot of people and was like, everyone was just like, yo, he was like the big homie.
Yep.
Which that was just the effect he had and who he was.
One of one. Just a one of one
Absolutely,
type dude. Like just incredible, and he's going to be missed.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Rest in peace, Sponto.
Yeah.
Let's get into not macabre shit.
But that was sincere, and
but
and yo, I don't want to. No, I want to stay I want to stay fucking positive because they're whatever.
I'll try. The transition god is at a loss of transitions. That's how
you
big
know.
of an effect Sponto's death had on me. But all right. Recent news, brand new social media platform. They shouldn't have launched this shit when Larry was on unsanctioned Mexican amphetamines because my guy is going fucking blammer on
blammer. Threads.
Mark Zuckerberg's new Facebook, Twitter, Threads.
Yeah.
Brand new social media app. I guess it's the most downloaded app, or like 30 million people in 24 hours or some shit. People are saying it maybe is the Twitter killer. The way that IG fucking murked Snapchat to the dome while I was there. So it's funny. Like I thought, like a fellow colleague of Snapchat was like, "Yo, does anyone that worked at Snapchat in 2016 have PTSD?" Where like you just see fucking IG just just steamroll another app.
And correct me if I'm wrong, and I know that like TikTok is also very much in the mix here when it comes to like the top apps in the game. I thought that like young people, Gen Z even younger, like love Snap and still fuck with Snap like crazy heavy. Not like
yeah, but I think they use it
millennials, but young folk.
But the issue there is that
I
believe that they use it more as like a peer-to-peer and less as like consuming content, and so you can't like insert advertising between like texting people, right?
Got it.
So or it's like
a Signal type app where it's like
it
doesn't disappear.
Or
like
it's all like close friends type shit.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's people use it a lot for texting, or in lieu of texting. But yeah, so you can't like consume content that people like pay to put in front of you, and you can't consume advertising. Is my general understanding.
Which is a good transition back to Threads because already like get the brands need to be. I mean, obviously that Meta would never do this because they need to make money. Like get the brands out of here, dude.
Well, that's why it still feels nice right now, where it is the Wild Wild West. You don't have like IG, Twitter, like it's just fucking brands, advertising, suggestions for people to follow, like all this shit. Right now, Threads, it's just like people you actually know.
Unhinged.
I feel like there's like people trying to intentionally be like even more unhinged.
Sure. It's absolutely performative to some degree.
Which someone's like, yo, I can't wait to be canceled for my Threads in like 10 years from now. And it's like, yeah, kind of, maybe.
Wait, did you do the thing where you auto-followed everyone? Because I didn't do that, and at first I regretted it, but then I was watching Jenna be like, oh my God, what did I do? And I was like, oh, okay, I'd rather curate very selectively because I don't know about you. You follow people on different social media platforms for different things.
Yeah, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear what these hotties are thinking. But I did do the auto follow.
The one thought rattling around in a baddie's head.
I did follow auto follow all, and while I don't regret it, because now it's like what I'm doing is I'm just unfollowing mad people, especially like brands and like media, so many media entities. Like fucking like League Fits, House of Highlights, Complex. Like, no, I'm not following any of this because I don't need to see what they're fucking tweeting, right?
But it's
or it's
funny.
like if they're just repeating this shit across all platforms. So I'll catch it on IG, I'll catch it on Twitter. Yeah. I don't need this right here for now.
Once again, like TF is the only podcast that matters for a reason. We, the meme men, as we call them, me, you, Robbie, Max, we huddled up and we're like, yo, this is the TF Threads should be just shit posting. Like that's what, like make it a separate fun thing, at least for now. It is kind of amazing to see though the unhinged version of a brand like Complex or High Snobiety that like they're trying to be cheeky and it's like you instant mute.
Silence brand.
Literally silence brand, instant mute, get the fuck out of here.
Mute, unfollow.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you unfollow someone on Threads, you unfollow them on IG? No, right?
No, you didn't.
I don't think so.
You do. So basically the way it works is if you block them on Threads, like I threaded, when you get blocked in the Matrix, you get blocked in real life. Yeah. Blocks and unfollows go across both.
Okay. What's a brand or media entity I should look up on IG that you know that I unfollowed on Threads?
Did you unfollow High Snob?
Okay. I did unfollow them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see those fucking. I'm not trying to see I'm not trying to read 1,000 words on Threads.
I made a joke at their expense.
Nah, dude, I'm still following them on IG.
Interesting.
Which is again, this is like I'm too entrenched. It's too political. I can't unfollow High Snob now at this point.
Yeah, that's fair. Even if
on
they're
IG.
The worst social media brand, in my opinion. Which
you
is
think they're number one?
We've had this convo.
Right. But that was a while ago. I think they're.
has anyone come for the crown?
You know what?
Has anyone come for the vote?
I think they're still LeBron James of being the vote because now with their e-commerce, they're incorporating all the shit where it's like, oh, you thought it was fucking a hot girl summer? Well, you thought it was a slut boy summer? Well, you better get your lacy crochet tops in order. And it's like, here's 10 of them. Shut the fuck up.
The Goodfellas promoted IG that got
God,
killed
dude.
was so good, dude.
Oh, my
but
God.
It's also
Again, throwing fits ahead of the curve.
Yeah, but it's almost like, I guess I still saw that. Like, I don't need to. I would be like, if I did unfollow them, political affiliations aside, whatever, like, I don't want to miss that. Because, like, that just lets me know. And we talk about this every so often, but there's these moments, and this is obviously just a blip on, like, on a much bigger fucking scale with these brands on social. But I'm like, it makes me go to sleep at night being like, we'll never, listen, there are people that hate us for sure, but we're not as objectively bad as 99.9% of everyone else who exists in our world, which I believe that in my heart of hearts sincerely.
Yeah, and like Threads is not at least yet cemented as a place where, for example, if I see a high snob person out at an event, if I had unfollowed them on Instagram, it might be like, yo, what? But if it's like unfollowed on Threads, who fucking cares at this point? Which is why you're going, it is who fucking cares at this point, and which is why you are, how many times are you threading a day now? I don't know.
I haven't done a bunch. I think I'm only maybe did 2 today. One of which was just like reposting that Young Thug. I always knew I wanted to be gay. Which is just the funny.
Was it about your socks?
No, it's just to me. I was just like, oh, this is. I saw it on IG, and I was like, oh, I should just rip this off TikTok and throw it on Threads because who fucking cares?
So you saw it on Instagram. You went to TikTok. You found the account on TikTok. You downloaded the video, and then you uploaded it to Threads and hit post.
Dude, absolutely. You know what I love about Threads and why, and I don't know how many times I'm threading a day. It definitely like was going hammer when the novelty first hit, which I will say.
I was in 3 group chats where people commented on how annoying you were on Threads.
Oh, I know. I fucking threaded that
I know.
statement. No, I think that for me, the reason I like it is that, and we could talk about some social media hangups if you want, but for me, it is such a zero stakes thing that it is, I feel so free and without the shackles of the expectations I have for myself because of how we kind of are like public figures to some degree, which I hate saying.
See, that's
and it's
insane.
disgusting, but it's
true. And that's purely based on what, follower count?
I mean, and our business model.
So that's crazy because you're tweeting all the shit and you're just like, yo, I fucking love it. Yeah, it's like Brandon, we're like, bro, it's Twitter. Like, just why aren't you tweeting this? And you're like, oh, because I need the numbers.
Sure. Yeah.
You infamously
hate
delete
myself.
tweets if you don't hit like 100 retweets or whatever.
Yeah.
But what's got me thinking is like
100 faves.
What like
which by the way,
faves.
the only thing that's up for the most part is just then pod promo. So
yeah, which gets like 6 faves.
Yeah, which
my pod promo gets more views than yours now.
Yeah, you because you tweet more, the algo favors you, and honestly, as it should, because I am too in my own head, and we've talked about it before, and I need to get over it.
So,
and like,
which is
sucks,
so crazy
bro.
because to me, Twitter, I'm like more of an anonymous person on Twitter because it's just words. It's not my face. It's like my family doesn't follow me there.
SpongeBob.
It's just, boy. It's not like real friends.
No, I know.
It's like randos and like whatever. Like it's the Twitter fucking trolls, right?
Yeah.
Versus IG, which like sounds super fucking lame, but it's like you've like kind of cultivated a bit of like that's where your like real people are, you know, and that's where people get a peek into your life. That's where people see photos of your puppy 17 times a day.
Shout out Georgie.
But
like my mom follows me on IG. My mom doesn't have Twitter. So
yeah.
I get what you're saying.
So right now it's like the early adopters of Thread that are like maybe everything's like just trying to be threads, whatever, just trying to be out of pocket, but eventually, like it's going to become this like aesthetic, curated, like nice place versus Twitter, which is still a fucking the ninth circle of hell, right? Where everyone's just like elbowing each other, trying to get to the fucking Satan's asshole.
To get some FaceTime with Derek Guy.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. So it's like like I'll post something on Thread and I'm like, did I just do that just because it's like that's what the vibe is right now? We're just like, yo, like. You ever suck dick for pussy type shit? Like, but it's like it's better.
Is that that's a real tweet?
I've tweeted that, but it's like it's like you're a sex addict.
Well, that's a banger.
You're a sex addict. Name 3 times you suck dick for pussy.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I feel like that shit should actually live on Twitter because if Threads and IG are the same, and IG is kind of like a personal peek into like your life and your perspective on the world, isn't Threads going to be kind of the same and like have the same people? I don't know. Also, it's like. There's Twitter people, there's IG people, there's very little crossover. The people I see on IG that I follow on IG because like they're cool or they're hot or they're interesting, I don't need to see their fucking thoughts,
Because
bro.
you're not funny or smart. And if you are funny or smart, we follow you on Twitter because presumably you get no fits off or you're an uggo, because that's usually how it works. Most people are not blessed with both, a la the goddamn motherfucking boys.
Left
It
brain,
was
right
funny,
brain.
though, watching you do the mental gymnastics ultimately to justify why Have You Ever Sucked Dick for Pussy deserves to be on one platform versus another, which is
Yes.
quite beautiful to watch.
Also, someone accused me. Someone accused me, and they're going to remain nameless, but they were a former guest of the pod, of mining old material, and I had to go and check that I had never
cares?
tweeted She Reynolds on my woodcock till I phantom thread.
Oh, well, I will say that you might have been inspired by me because one of my best ever on New Year's Eve, because obviously you've seen Phantom Thread, right?
Yes.
They have the great New Year's Eve scene, which like to me is like a little like reminiscent of When Harry Met Sally. Anyway, my point is I must be Reynolds Woodcock the way you bitches make me sick.
That's
Banger.
good. I was not inspired by that. I was just trying to think of like I
Just
was
like PTA wasn't inspired by Harry Met Sally. No, I get it.
I was like thread. What's like a thread thing? Like something bomb head. Oh, phantom thread. She Reynolds on my woodcock till phantom thread. I was literally asleep, rolled over, threaded that, went back to sleep.
Thank you. I will say that I ultimately do agree with you. Like, I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't care about.
I just wish that you applied. I wish that you applied because like some of the shit that you were saying, if you post that shit on Twitter, you never know. But I feel like you've just given up on that shit where you had like 50,000.
I try. I'll still try. Like, let me be real. If I thought of an
you're on Be Real?
Yo, honestly, my thing too, which I really enjoyed Be Real for a little bit, and then like I basically fell off, like because it's like I don't like how you can only post one time, dude. In my heart of hearts, whether I'm inspired or uninspired, I'm still a poster. Like that's who I am as a person, and like only being able to post once. Talk about fucking shackles, a slave to the fucking system. How is that real, bro? What's real is posting nonstop like an unhinged psycho for me.
I know.
Not just, hey, what up? I'm fucking down with my boy at lunch. Whatever the fuck. You still use Be Real, but I have no idea.
I've kind of stopped because it's just like,
Yeah.
all right, like how many times can I just post the fact that I'm just laying on my couch or like doing work?
Yeah.
It's fire when you're in Italy and you're just like, yo, what up? I'm at the fucking Adriatic Sea.
Yeah. Anyway, like Threads, absolute novelty thing. Oh, you know what's really whack? Everyone being like, the Elon killer. Fuck Elon. It's like, yo, so you think Mark Zuckerberg is a good person? Like,
Right.
what are you talking about?
I'm excited for the cage match though.
Yeah,
Are
sure.
you rooting for? Or do you hope for just a mutual death, like a simultaneous
the
knockout?
simultaneous punch in the face type move? I'll be rooting for
Democracy.
I'll be rooting for Zuck.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, like, honestly, like, I don't give a fuck about either
Who do you
of them.
think's the worst guy, Zuck or Elon Musk? Whether you want to focus on the specifics of the personality or like the grandiose, large brushstrokes across the long
who's
arc
worse
of
for
history.
the world?
I think Zuck is worse for the world.
Yeah, I think also Zuck, like, is more powerful. Like, Elon...
Yeah, for sure.
Elon just is...
Well, Elon showed his whole ass, with the whole
bozo.
Twitter thing, but he
He
has
won
like
Bozo of the Year or no?
I don't remember. Who do you think's gonna win Bozo of the Year? Do you think it's Elon or do you think it's Tom Sandoval? I think it depends if our guys care about Bravo.
No, I mean, Sandoval, speaking of showing your whole ass, I mean, he's... And also, by the way, from what I understand about how the Fiddies work, I would like to say that Bozo of the Year is it's a combo where it's Sandoval and Raquel as a duo. Or is that not fair? Because fuck Rachel as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's always been singular. Or I guess it's been like neo-Nazis. Like
Supreme Court. SCOTUS has been
That's up there
in
for
the
sure.
has been in the category before.
I think it was Brett Kavanaugh, though. No?
I think we
the whole
I
SCOTUS?
think we straight up last year went with it. Well, first of all, every year the Supreme Court has been Bozo of the Year, Fiddy nominated.
Hunter Biden, King of the Year.
Yo,
Joe Biden, Bozo of the Year.
It's go
to the year.
Go to the year. Greatest of all time of the year. Anyway, shout out Threads. Follow me on fucking Threads. Follow him on Threads. He's dropping bars. I'm going fucking psycho mode. I'm gonna fall off eventually, but get it while it's hot, ladies and gentlemen.
It's gonna be a wrap soon. I think I just want to enjoy these first few weeks of like where it had purity. I already see people that work at agencies and media places like on their close friends posting the fact that they have like hour-long meetings around Thread strategy.
Bro.
And it's like, and whether a brand is posting the same shit across all platforms, like Taylor Lorenz was exposing Netflix for doing that, which is funny, or being like, oh, actually on Threads, like we're gonna be this type of voiciness. It's like,
Well, that's the thing that's even worse for me is where it's like on Threads is where we're gonna have fun as a brand.
we're gonna keep it real.
Can I just say something? Again, just makes me realize.
Are you gonna post fit pics on Threads?
No, me and you, best job in the world, baby. Self-employed. No, you got to get the.
Well, it's empty.
Already?
Yeah,
Damn.
we're 40 minutes in.
I
I just talked about Sponso for 20 minutes. That was rough.
and I guess I wasn't drinking to be respectful because I could have crushed it. Yeah, dude, the fact that we don't even like have to really even think about this, like literally, I believe I was like, yo, I think the conversation was, yo, Max, just post whatever you want on Threads.
Yeah.
Just I don't give a fuck, dude. And
I want to get
more fun that way.
I'm taking a bit of a party break after the long birthday weekend, but I can't wait to get fucked up and just get on Threads and just unleash.
Oh, and like and actually be even more psycho.
Yes, because it's more anonymous, kind of.
It really is. Well, any social media app opens up, it's always going to be the Wild West, especially when people such as, like, for example, me and you hang out with kind of like other unhinged people that have a similar sense of humor, which basically boils down, have you ever sucked cock for pussy?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that we're back in the saddle, Lawrence, because even though we took a week-long vacation, it is clear that all cylinders are firing. But let's talk about this vacation a little bit. We're not going to go through it exhaustive, like, here's what I did, this is what I did, because you saw that shit on IG Story.
And that's, why also, like, I'm not going to get into any criticisms that you might have of me, but, like, that's why I think a vacation dump, while kind of played out, and, like, I would never argue with that. Like, tag the restaurant, here's what I did, and not that, like, everyone has a podcast, but, like, the vacay dump, while, again, cliche, does kind of lay out, like, a variety of recs, you know?
Okay.
Tag the restaurant. Here's the Johns.
I can't tag everything, though. Everything was a fucking bar that I did. It was incredible.
All right, well then I guess you'll have
Honestly,
Instagram captions for the next year, or you'll have threads for the next year.
This was a vacation. I don't. Have we been on vacation like well, you go on vacation with Jenna to like Miami and shit in like North Carolina, but like a true international
I
vacation.
went to
feel
Croatia last year.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That was like 3 days though, wasn't it? 4 days.
What? No. It was
What did
a
I
whole,
do?
I think it was a
I
whole
forget.
week.
Whatever.
What did you do? I don't know what you did. I was in Croatia.
Too bad I can't go to my fucking vacation dump and be like, oh, here's what I did.
Honestly, right?
Oh, shut up. I'll just go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'll just go to my photos location.
No, sure. Anyway.
All right, so you and I, we went on vacation separately. You went to the island of Ischia, Man. I went to the region of Puglia, Man. And instead of giving an exhaustive kind of like day by day, what you and I wanted to do was kind of like highlight just like really just the GOAT moments.
Oh, my God.
Or as I like to call them.
Yeah, continue. I'm sorry.
The moments of euphoria, a.k.a. the Moes.
Dude, this is a Mo-centric ep.
Yeah.
I didn't even think
Shout
about that.
out the Moes.
Dude, shout out all the Moes.
Shout out the hoes and
hold
the
on,
Moes.
hold on. So keep explaining
the
what a Mo
homos.
is, and then I got to read what Paulie said to me. Hold on. But
Okay.
just,
So we'll get into like what they were, but I don't know. I feel like on vacation there are moments where you're just like it's just like unbridled bliss, where it is just like euphoria washes over you, where the worries of the world just seed into the background, and you're so present. You're no longer worrying about like that little fucking thing just wiggling in the back of your head, or your fucking phone going off, or like that thing you have to address or whatever, or that like big bad thing coming down the line. I don't know. So I think that
are you going to try to make this a thing, by the way, or you're
no,
acknowledging
dude,
that
no. It's just
for
a
thi-
mo.
just for
Like
this?
it's just for this. Don't be a fucking homo.
Yo.
So-
Hey, yo.
I see the socks. So
You see the socks.
yeah. So what did Paulie say?
All right, I said, can white people say Mo? Or is it if you got to ask type B?
Or is this an inshallah situation?
And he goes, LMAO, it'd be weird, but you can. And I said, thanks, Mo.
Mo
And he
pass.
hearted it. So technically, you and I have had this conversation before off mic, and it really is kind of like bro in the DMV. Now, who is the type of person who says it the majority of the time? So I could see.
Look, this is you being, the white boy said inshallah, like ha ha ha. That's
Whoa!
I feel like that's you with
No,
Mo.
I think it's. First of all, Islam is a beautiful religion. I say
Yeah,
that
for sure.
sincerely, and
So is the DMV.
and I respect it. And yeah, sure. Well, besides fucking all the people.
I can't believe that I had to fucking monologue and kill time just for you to give that exchange. Anyway, moments of euphoria that we're gonna get into them. The first one that I had was early on in vacation. My girlfriend and I, we went to this like fucking the whole time we rented a car, and I was just driving around, and we kind of like try to hit like 2 or 3 things a day, whether it's like an old ass town that dates back to like the Renaissance and medieval times, like tiny ass streets, or like a little fucking beachside like cliffs, like kind of beaches cut into the cliffs, or like a destination restaurant, or like something up in the hills, whatever. That's what we were trying to do. So one of the days we go to this little beachside town, fucking empty, so empty.
Why?
I think it was the first.
Why?
What?
Why was it empty, do you think?
Because this region and this town was just like a little dot on the map. It wasn't like a destination for like tourists.
Got it.
And it was like a Tuesday, so like the Italians were all at work allegedly because they don't fucking work.
Allegedly.
But also like it was just a small little town of a few hundred people with
Right.
like fire little cliffs and like the one restaurant that I found that served like seafood and was open on a Monday. We go there.
Wait, Tuesday or Monday?
I don't know, whatever.
Okay. Sorry.
Sit down.
Trying to keep you on.
I'm so fucking hungry. I'm so excited to eat some Italian seafood because we just come from Milan, and it was like meat and pasta and
Hella
pizza.
meat. Hella pasta.
So I was very happy. Sit down, like the fucking seaside breeze is piping in. It's just the two of us. Like
Sorry, I'm
vacation's
gonna-
about to get
I'm
started.
gonna close my eyes and just like listen and picture.
The briny breeze just whiffling through my hair. Get a fucking not a seafood tower, but like a spread of like red shrimp, fucking tuna tartare, like a little thing, squid salad,
Oh,
fucking mussel, like a pickled mussel thing,
pickled mussels.
pickled mussels.
Wait, are we still doing top 3 dishes? And is the seafood?
This is not it.
Oh,
And a
okay.
fucking seafood, a misty seafood in spaghetti with like a broth, and just eating this shit like
Brodo.
in Brodo, literally on a kind of on a cliff, not in like a fancy touristy way. This is just where the restaurant in town was. And like
Locals
you
only.
see like fat brown Italians looking like fucking leather bags,
Yeah.
basking in the sun, drinking an ice cold Peroni, which we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Because Peroni's actually good in Italy.
Nastro Azzurro.
Pearl Jam acoustic, live acoustic starts piping through the fucking sound system.
What?
And that to me, I was just like, yo, I could fucking die right now happy. This
Wait,
is like
what-
perfect.
What Pearl Jam song?
I don't remember. But it was just like, what's his name? Eddie Vedder just fucking crooning in his weird ass voice.
Is that gonna be the outro music? Some fucking
No,
PJ.
I know what the outro music's gonna
sick,
be already.
cool.
It
Thank
comes
you.
in Mo 2. And yeah, that was just to me. That was just like this
Mo
is
1 and
perfect.
Mo 2.
It's like 95 degrees. I was hot. I was hungry. Now I'm fucking satiating my gullet, stuffing my gullet with like incredible seafood that was caught that morning. Ice cold Peroni washed it down. Eddie in the background. Whoo,
Damn.
glorious. Larry,
That's a fucking banger.
what was your Mo?
Damn. I did not take this as seriously as you, so everyone's gonna have to bear with me. I guess my real fucking memories exist on the grid. But the first
My Mo is slide one.
but my
This thing.
first true moment of euphoria. And speaking of fucking Amadeus himself and horny wife guys and all my fucking married brethren listening at home can relate. I'm sitting on a fucking train for 4.5 hours next to my wife. And we're going from Milan to Napoli because we got to get to Naples because we got to take a ferry. The ferry's an hour. Then we get to Ischia. Then we got to, take a cab
How long
to
was the
hotel.
whole travel?
It was a lot, bro. And the reason we did that was because Jenna was worried that if we flew like Alitalia or whatever fucking puddle jumper you took from Milan
Alitalia.
she was afraid that there was going to be an issue with the amount of luggage or the weight of it.
She was like, yeah, they're not going to let you fly. I'm like, no, they are. They're just going to charge me money, which I'm prepared to do because the tickets cost $40.
Well, guess what, brother? It ended up being the best decision I ever made.
Fire.
Because as I'm sitting there on trash train Wi-Fi, not even remotely trying to read the absolute utter dog shit fuckboy book that I brought, though.
It's called Fuckboy. It's not a. It's
Yeah.
book for and by Fuckboy.
It was literally so bad, I could not recommend it more highly. Just straight up page turn. But anyway, so I'm sitting there, kind of like I just wanting this vacation to start, and I'm frustrated. But I look over, and what do I see? And a bunch of the husbands at home will fucking understand where I'm coming from. Jenna is on her phone, and she's queued up and downloaded Bridgerton season 2. And you know what that means? That means Larry is getting fucking coochie. I was so fucking pumped. I'm like, I'm on vacation.
Oh.
She's watching the horny show.
Oh.
It's motherfucking on, bitch. That was my first moment of euphoria.
So the moment of fury wasn't having sex with your wife. It's realizing that you're going to have sex with your wife.
Brother, that is the realization that all husbands are chasing.
Did you fuck?
Oh, absolutely, I fucked.
You didn't get what was the Scottish beer?
Huh?
What was the Scottish beer?
That's Mo number 2 for me.
You didn't get Mo Dick?
I believe that's called, first of all, it's called Super Strong Lager, Tenet Super. That's Super Dick. That 9% dick.
Oh my god. I said Adam 22 dick.
Woo!
Who fucked his wife?
Oh,
Or cucked his wife?
fuck, I'm embarrassed. I watched the whole pod that they did about.
Oh, I thought you said you watched the porn.
No, it's not out yet.
Oh, it's not?
No, I mean we've joked.
They haven't dropped it?
No, it's they're building high. It's
Wow.
fucking.
Honestly,
they're rich for a reason.
Genius marketing.
I mean, people. I mean, he was having. That's the thing. That was like people are really trying to dunk on him. It's like the amount of money. I mean, he said this as much too on the pod. He's just making a lot of money off this. Now, listen. If you told me I can make X amount of money to have someone fuck my wife, I don't know if I would like take that.
You have a number?
But they already. Oh, interesting.
Also,
That's a crazy question.
Also,
literally indecent proposal.
Well, also the deal is that you get to fuck mad women, right? So like, and you do.
Well, that's my thing with them specifically is that like he's already had so many threesomes with her that's like let her fuck another guy.
Let her
Oh,
cook.
wait, it's also not
Let her cock.
It's not my relationship. So who am I to say? Anyway, congrats to Adam 22 and Lena the plug.
Thank you for letting her cock. All right.
Yo, she needs the fucking Fartier butt plug, bro.
That's right.
Yeah. Shout out fucking Alex. Thanks for the thanks for the
It works
sex toy.
great. Using it right now. As you can see, it works great.
All right, Mo number 2 for Jimmy.
Mo number 2.
Yeah.
So as I said, kind of like the structure of our vacation that I went on with my girlfriend was like a mix. It was like we had beach club days, like what your vacation mainly consisted of.
Yeah.
We had like
my cruising altitude.
we had like a day where it's just like let's just chill at the masarias, which are like that's what it is in Puglia, which are converted farmhouses. They're fucking
I mean, they look
so nice.
They look
bro.
incredible. I was like, I mean, you were flicking up a lot, which I appreciate because I love to see what you guys are up to. It looked like it honestly made me a little butthurt that like of our 2 hotels, one was more of like a locals kind of thing with a lot of old Italian. What I told you is just a real quick aside, and I'm saying all this to say that it looked beautiful. This idea that you and I have, where it's like kids are mids, and when I go on vacation, I love a no kids policy. I was at a hotel that had the most geriatric crowd that it had me thinking about what is worse, kids or old people.
Why was old people bad? Because they just like took up all the resources and like took forever.
First of all, Italians are already so slow, dude, that it was like getting
Christ.
stuck behind a motherfucker on the stairs
Ooh.
for like 10 minutes to go up 3 flights.
You should have just piggybacked.
I would have killed him.
No, giving them the piggyback.
Oh, no.
Senor, I'll be back. Oh.
Senor.
Yeah. Senor.
Signore.
Whatever. Senora, whatever. Anyway.
No, it looked amazing.
Thank you. So it's 3 different masserias.
Masserias.
3 different masserias in like not too far away from each other. But we rented a car, and like that's what you have to do in this. You have to rent a car, which is a whole fucking ordeal. And driving in Italy, by the way, is fucking, for the most part, terrifying. Especially I had to drive. I got the Sponto news and had to drive an hour plus at like 5 or 6 in the morning on the day to come home, and it was like very scary. But
did you have any close calls, like one-way street fucka or one-way road fucka?
that was the biggest. Parking. I was like very concerned about parking.
Wait, what kind of car was it?
It was a Volkswagen T-Roc. It was fine.
Is
it was
it
totally
is that
fine?
bigger? What
It was like it's like a hatchback SUV.
Oh.
It's like a small,
crossover.
yeah. It's like a small crossover SUV.
Okay.
I only went down the wrong way, down a one-way road twice. Once was totally fine. Like I basically took a right, and then there's a car right there, and he's like beep, and I was like, oh shit, and I had to back out and continue on.
Miss Guzzi.
Another time was we were doing these like 180 cutbacks down this like driving from one town to another, down to like a beach club where it was like only Italians, and going down these like cutbacks through this town, and then all of a sudden I like take a right, and I'm like, oh shit. If another car comes
You're fucked.
right now, I'm so fucked because it's like you're hemmed in by parked cars and like a stone wall and then ocean. And I've already done these like crazy curves down this like one-way road. There's no way I can fucking back up out of here.
Yeah, you'd be screwed.
Anyway, but driving, it was like kind of
Wifey drive at all, or you were like on?
It was just me.
Designated driver. Okay.
It was just she didn't want to. It was kind of scary.
Automatic car though.
Automatic, of course. But there was it was definitely part of the adventure, and it was for sure an adventure. But there's a moment where we just finished on the beach club town called Castro, where I had like one of the best sandwiches of my life for like €4. Like was just chilling at the beach club. It was all Italians. It was super fucking nice. It came on a rec from her friend, so we just spontaneously went there.
Love that.
And got like incredible snacks and all this, and just had a great day. And I'm driving back, and for some reason Google Maps, instead of like taking me down the highway, it sent me through these like dirt ass, not dirt ass, like very small roads that were two ways, and if another car came, you had to like kind of find like a little fucking cutout on the side of the shoulder. But it was like 1,000-year-old roads. I just watched Gladiator, as you know. So I'm like, yo, Maximus definitely fucking took his boys
This is where
down
they hung
here.
his family.
Yeah, this is where Proximo definitely
This is where
was
they raped his wife and hung his family and beheaded his kids, bro.
squealed like a girl. This is definitely where Proximo was arm wrestling sailors when he fucking died.
Oh yeah, right. R.I.P. to the goat of all time.
But all right, so it's like just enjoyed a beautiful day. Like the sun is like it's golden hour.
Woo.
You're driving past these like 2,000-year-old olive trees, like this beautiful foliage is kind of like spilling out, creating this green tunnel with these like ancient stone walls on either side of you. Fucking Italian synth disco. Shout out my girl Dori Getzi, Margarita non lo sa. Outro music. Stay tuned.
Woo.
Song of the summer
wait.
from '83. And it was just like the air smelled like hot spices. It was just like,
You're on fucking Dune. You're on Arrakis,
bro. I felt kind of like I was like rolling just a tiny bit. It was just like very
That's
fucking beautiful. And yes, it was like driving a car, whatever. But it was just like the perfect end to a perfect day.
Wow.
So that was my mode number 2.
You're fucking painting portraits, and I'm just
Michelangelo,
coming in a
baby.
little hot.
Well, you're like, yeah, I got to fuck my wife.
Okay. Well, first of all, that was Mo number 1. We're past that. Now we're on to Mo number 2. Okay.
Right.
Let me set the scene. I am going to a beach club that was recommended to myself and my wife from trusted sources that have been to Ischia before, right? And there are your fancy beach clubs, and we hit those, of course, but then there's the kind of like locals only vibes, kind of like what you were experiencing in Puglia. So we're like, okay, we're going to hit fucking Club Scanella. We're going to see what this is all about. We're in the cab. We're driving down. We're doing twists and turns as well. You know, fucking basically, what's the opposite of scaling? We're descending down the volcanic fucking rocks in the taxi, and we hit a dirt road, and he stops, and he's like, in Italian, whatever, in her broken English, he's like, this is as far as I can take you. And we're like, bro, the beach club, which we can kind of like even see like tiny, like that's 1,000 feet
down.
He's like, I can't drive. He's like, you gotta go. So we fucking make our way down. Probably took us like 20 minutes. So the first
down a path, down the cliff,
stairs, very steep stairs. And at first we're like, how the fuck are we gonna get out of here? Luckily, we got water taxis, and then we're like, oh, we should be taking water taxis everywhere if possible. Anyway, so we go down to this beach club, which is a restaurant, hotel, beach club, very locals only. All the fat brown Italians were fucking posted up. They came in on their boat, the fucking regulator, dude.
Yeah.
They fucking were in the volcanic springs hanging out. So I'm like, this is fucking sick. Let's post up and have ourselves a day. I'm like, oh, wait a second. Fuck. When I say post up and have myself a day, I mean drink and be on my phone while Jenna drinks and reads. And I'm like, this Wi-Fi is garbage.
Oh no.
I'm like, fuck. I'm going to have to fucking go back to read my terrible book. So at a place like this, there are no servers, right? It's that chill of a fucking spot.
Right.
So
Is there a bar?
We
You
get our
walk up
seats. I walk back up to the bar, and I basically have the same conversation I've had with like every guy or every server at every restaurant, every beach club. I'm like, what is the beer selection? And it is very limited, right? They got the fucking Nostro Azzurro. They don't even call it Peroni, right? They got that, or maybe some type of like fucking bullshit. But what this place had,
Dude, a lot of Corona.
dude, right?
Yeah.
For real.
Which ass.
It's got to be for, well,
Disgusting.
two things. One, for tourists, but also
The only thing worse than Peroni, Corona. In America.
No, Heineken is really bad too.
Heineken's bad. Amstel Edge pretty bad.
But the idea of imports like represent different things in different countries depending on where you are. So, for example, the beer that I decided to drink, which I had never seen before, is called Tennant's Strong Super Lager. I did some research about this just for some background. Famous Scottish brewery, right, that makes this 9% ABV beer, right? It's
like wine.
Bro, it's a beast, right? In Scotland, which, and
It's
by
like
the
a
way,
Bud Ice.
This, yeah, for real, it's literally like
In
like
Scotland,
malt
that's
liquor.
water.
In Scotland, someone bought so now another like a brewery makes it. They just like license the name or whatever. But in Scotland, the reputation is like, this is a beer, obviously for drunkards, hobos, bums,
Sots.
alcoholics, whatever. But for whatever reason, in Italy, especially in these beach towns, it's like this cool hipster import. So I looked this up because I was like, what is this magical sauce?
Where did you see it's a cool hipster import? On Vice?
I Googled it. No, on literally some like fucking travel site. Because people are like, because literally Scottish people, and shout out all the Scottish people that when you're making fun of me for posting fucking beers, because I was hammered and I'll get to that, all of the Scottish homies were tapping in like,
Yo, representation matters.
yeah, my man is going fucking crazy right now off the fucking super lager. Anyway, because I have no Wi-Fi, because it is such a fucking trudge up to even just get these drinks, I start fucking pounding these, dude. I think...
Wait, okay.
And I'm a dumbass. Like, I know that beers aren't 9%, but like, I didn't really think about how much 9% is, especially when they're delicious.
Well, it's like
and
2 beers.
Crushable.
I mean, how much is Modelo? Like 3.5, 4?
I don't know, dude. Like, Bud Heavy is like 4.5. All right. So I would say that I had 4 of these because I was so bored because I had no Wi-Fi in, let's call it 20 minutes, bro. I got fucking schmacked, bro. It was like I did the math. A power hour is like 7.5 beers, right? Which you do in an hour, in an hour. And I did that in 20 minutes.
Which is how many beers? 8?
So like, no, 7.5.
Okay.
So at a certain point, Jenna is like, and I hate when she does this. She does this thing where she goes, she scolds me. She's like, you're hammered.
When you're blackout drunk at 11 a.m. and your wife scolds you?
11:20 a.m.
Okay. All right, you started at 11.
So she's like, yo, you got to chill. You're fucking hammered. She's like looking at these bitches. She's like, what is going on? And I literally, my moment of euphoria was, I was like, damn, she's right. And I fucking took a nap, dude. And it was fucking awesome. And there's one more part to this story, and then we can fucking wrap up and get out of here. I was lucky enough to meet 2 homies at the shout out.
Get out of here. We got a lot more to get to. What are you talking about?
So shout out Sean and Michael. Before I start drinking, I know
Shawn Michael?
What?
You met Shawn Michael?
I met Sean and Michael. Michael's wife has a sister who's dating Sean, right?
Okay.
So that's the situation. And they're there with the girl's parents, right? So it's his little family vacay. His future brother-in-law, right? The 2 homies, right? Very cool. I had clocked Mike and his wife because I said to Jenna, I was like, yo, this dude's shirt is fucking sick. Very much the kind of shirts that you and I are wearing on vacation. Honestly, fucking the equivalent of 7.5 beers later, I'm at the bar, shirtless, sweaty, hammered. Mike walks up to me. He's like, yo, are you Larry? And I'm like, yeah. Like, I was like, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
I'm off the super lager.
I was like, dude, I was like, you got to try these fucking tenants, bro. They're fucking sick. But I was embarrassed. Like, this is the worst way.
The worst version
to
of
meet a homie. But I was like, yo, I clocked you earlier. Your shirt's fucking sick. Ended up meeting his future brother-in-law later. Sean was great. Sean used to work at Outlier, that fucking brand from BK.
You're still around
Our mutuals on Instagram include Aaron Levine, so like he's a fucking guy. And it was great. Ultimately, after my nap and I sobered up, great conversation with them. We had a great day, and I was able to get over the addiction to having Wi-Fi and my phone and whatever fucking social media feed.
That's
the
like addiction that's the addiction you got over.
Yeah. Because I'll tell you this, guys. The next time I see a 10 super strong lager,
oh my god, you better hope this man is not on
to the fucking dome.
You better hope this man is not on Threads.
Yeah, bro. Quattro of those, like really, that was like a turbo 20, bro. That's not a power hour. That's a fucking turbo 20, and it fucking put me on my ass. But yeah, that moment where I was like, damn, these fucking rocked me. I was like, that's my mo.
That's crazy.
Number 2.
So like trudging up to get beers, that was something at the beach club, which like I was never at a beach club where it's like whatever, you wave the guy down or you just like, you walk up to it. But the best moment I had in terms of service at these masserias was they conduct all their business over WhatsApp. So I'm texting with them like a day or 2 ahead of time. They're like, oh, when's check-in? I was like, hey, do you know like a fucking olive oil farm to tour? And like, oh yeah, like hit this guy up.
So it's a concierge.
Kind of, yeah. But
right?
it's like they're like the owner, proprietor, operators of these, like, because there's like 4 rooms.
Right, like kind of B&Bs, right?
But the best was we have our day out, come back, it's aperitivo time, be chilling at the pool.
The best time.
You text them, you're like, hey, would it be possible to get a Campari Spritz and a vermouth and soda on ice?
Yes.
2 minutes later, they're fucking coming out with a tray.
That's awesome.
Like, yo, can we get to like 2 beers? Peroni? Because turns out in Italy, Peronis are actually fucking good.
They
News of the century.
They hit diffy. I honestly, dude, I've never had a good Peroni in my life until this specific trip. Honestly, dude.
The best was, and I learned this at they're cold and they don't smell like they've gone skunk. The best was a Peroni Unfiltra.
Tell me about that.
It was just it wasn't just like drinking a fucking cheap beer. It actually felt like a good beer, just an unfiltered Peroni.
What does Nostro Azzurro even mean?
Oh, I asked
because no one even calls it. Again, they don't. It's not called a Peroni. It's just the beer of Italy.
I don't know.
Just Italy beer.
Italians, weigh in. Comment. What does
Yeah,
Nostro
let us know,
Azzurro
dude.
mean?
The name means blue ribbon. Yeah. Okay. So that
okay.
makes more sense. So you're asking for.
But
Italian PBR.
Texting your drink order is fucking goated. And like not having like wave a guy down and be like
gas.
garçon and feel like an asshole and then like speak to them. You're just like, oh, is it possible to get a Peroni by the pool?
Can I ask you if you experienced this? Is a weird thing that I noticed. Maybe it's
racism. Yes,
no,
I did.
Oh well, hold on, real quick. This is my last beer thing. Then we can move on to actual. We could move on to more racism than has already happened on this show. All right, so you get your Peroni, and these dudes. Like, I don't know about you. I want it in the glass, or excuse me, in the bottle. I don't want it in the glass.
Which is very strange that... anyway, sorry.
Yeah, that's just a personal choice. So, basically, this has happened multiple times at different establishments. So, you order the blue ribbon. It comes. The dude does a fucking vertical, the worst pour ever, quarter full, ton of foam, and then you get the rest of the bottle as a sidecar. I'm like, this is the worst way to serve a beer.
Never got that.
What? Maybe it's just maybe some.
Maybe it's an island thing.
I was like, what the fuck is?
They do that with water. Like you get a water glass and they fill up this much and then like put it down. You're like, bro, like I want to slug this down.
Literally a straight fucking they fucking inverted the
went
fucking
vert?
Azzurro and it was just a vert pour.
They went
like this is garbage.
They went Lil Zero Vert.
Yo, for real, dude.
No, did not experience that.
What
Sorry,
the
that
hell,
sucks.
dude? Yeah.
But
it ruined my trip.
I'll tell you what I did experience.
Okay.
Some great fucking food, brother. Let's do top 3 dishes we had.
Okay. We can
with some context.
Yeah, sure.
You go first.
Okay. When Antonio Ciongoli, friend of the show, founder, designer of 18 East, a goat, when he heard that I was going to be in Ischia, he was like, all right, well, if you make it to this specific village, he's like, you got to see my cousin. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, bro, my cousin Jackino, a.k.a. Jack, has a fucking osteria and pizzeria. So we fucking went. Antonio hooked it up on WhatsApp ahead of time. They knew we were coming.
What up, cuh? You said to him?
Yeah, what up, cuh? Normally, it's like impossible to get a res. So he's in this village.
Is Ischia like...
It's gigantic.
Is it crowded?
No, but it's
Okay.
big. It's way... So it's like you want to go to like one end of the island to the other. It's like you're going to be in the car for 40 minutes.
Oh,
like
damn.
it's a lot bigger than I had thought. So anyway, we went to this village, Furio. Shout out to fucking Sopranos. That is where Giacchino's place is. Dude, he took fucking care of us. I am not a huge Neapolitan pizza guy, and all fucking biases aside, it was some of the best Neapolitan pizza I've ever had in my life, on top of all the other fucking amazing red shrimp and fucking branzino and fresh octopus salad. And what's crazy is that the reason that Antonio even knows that this dude, like, they're related through like a shared grandmother, is that Antonio's brother Adam, shout out fucking Adam, did like a crazy like some more intense thing of 23andMe. And when Antonio was in Ischia, probably for work, whether it was like the Isaiah Eidos days or they were shooting some shit for 18 East there, he like just straight up like went to this guy and was like, yo, bro.
Yo, what up, cuh?
What up, cuh? We're cousins. So anyway, I got really fucking taken care of. And Jenna and I were absolutely fucking blown away. And
I'm sure it's just the vibe, even more so than only added to like the food being that fucking fire.
It's a beautiful village that was way different from the area that we were staying on Ischia. And if anyone goes, like, again, forget about the fact that it's Antonio's cousin. This is like a place that, like, book it in advance because it really fills up, and it is for a reason. It's fucking amazing. Best pizza I had the whole time I was in Italy. Yeah.
I'll start with my number 1 dish first. It came from another recommendation from Big Grig, Enrico Grigoletti, the chief marketing officer of Cheap Pea Company. Because I guess like Puglia, just as a region, is kind of a popular spot for, but still kind of like not really popping for like Italians to go vacation, right? It's like affordable. It's not like built up like crazy infrastructure. You do have these like pockets of luxury. The fucking number 1 influencer in Italy was like staying in one Masseria over from us at the second one. But whatever. It's mainly just kind of like regular
What's
folk.
the blonde salad's real name?
Chiara something. She's
Okay.
married to Italy's like a huge pop star whose music fucking sucks. Tried to listen to it in the car.
It's
It's so bad.
Not Song of the Summer from 1983.
No.
Got
But Enrico was like, you have to go here. It was like when we went to Puglia, I was like, yo, I can't wait to I want to get gout. I want to just eat fucking raw seafood. And apparently sea urchin, which I love, is like the big thing there.
Yeah, you
And
get.
I love
He
anchovies.
gets the urchin twerking.
I love anchovies. I love fucking red shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, I'm fucking salivating. Enrico was like, numero uno, spaghetti con riccio of my life. There. And I was like, fuck.
pretty good
We're going there. We're going there. Finally
Yeah.
get there, pull up. It's like this kind of it's not seedy, but it like looks a little seedy, kind of rundown. It looks like you're just like a seaside town on like the Jersey Shore. Not like trash, like Gorilla Juice heads, but just like regular folk, right? Pull up. It's this fucking like restaurant just overlooking the water. It's like a tent with like tables and just plastic chairs. Pretty shitty. That's how you know it's gonna be good. €1 per sea urchin.
What?
Yeah.
That's literally the Italian version of Dollar Wing Night.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Except the
dude.
wings normally would cost $15 per uni.
Right.
I'm a fucking pig in shit. A pig in sea urchin shit. So get just a few.
Mm-hmm.
Just to, like test them out because I think it was just lunch. Have a Peroni unfiltered. It's just like kids working the shit like teenagers.
Yeah.
It's not fancy at all. The owner, which I later found on Instagram, he was like some big shot that like some like guy. He
Capo.
looks like the guy outside like Paul's, like the fucking bouncer dude that's like boys with like Kareem and shit.
Paul's Casablanca.
Yeah, he's got like
That
the
fucking
pulled
guy.
back white hair and like the
Fabrizio.
gold and like the Gucci sunglasses. But like
Yeah.
this guy is like
Legend.
this guy's probably on like Fabrizio's mood board.
Very, very cool, relaxed, chill guy.
Yeah. Anyway, this fucking again, it's the setting, right? You're like, it's like the second or third day vacation. Had driven just this spot, was blown away by like the price of the sea urchin. You know it's gonna be fucking fire. There's some fucking fat Italian guy with his wife. They order so many sea urchin that they bring out a bucket
Fire.
for them to discard the shells.
That's awesome.
Which I didn't. I only ordered 3 because I was a pussy at first. Later that vacation, I ordered 30. Or no, sorry, 24. But I ended up eating 30.
Can you do like what I did with 60 McNuggets? Can we do with sea urchin in the pod? We'll cover it. And can you do it? Can you get Gout live on the show? And we'll get
My
you a
apartment
bucket.
would fucking stink. But I was finally bossed up enough to get the bucket when I got the 2 dozen.
Bossed up to the bucket.
I know the bucket boss up.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was spot number 1 of the 2 sea urchin places, and this like
The sea urchin tour.
I texted Enrico immediately. I was like, bro, this is honestly like probably top 10 meals of my life. And
Fire.
yes, it's the setting. You're like sitting on the ocean drinking an ice cold beer. It's the spaghetti with the fucking sea urchin. It's a sex gland. The fucking broth that you spoon over, like and mix it all up. Oh my god, dude! It fucking sounds like good pussy. It was
How do you say ambiance in Italian?
ambiance.
Ambiance.
I don't know if that's true.
No.
but
obviously
yeah,
it's not true.
that was best meal, and unfortunately couldn't go back there because
Why?
they were closed on a following day, and then they weren't open for dinner, and we like it didn't correspond with like other plans, but got to go to another spot and had their sea urchin spaghetti.
But it couldn't live up to this place that Enrico recommended that set the bar at an impossibly high level.
Yeah, and I
Top
was
10
like,
meal of your life is. I mean, yo, honestly, if it's that good, it's that good. I was gonna say.
I mean,
that's
also
crazy, but
it's
like, that's not that crazy.
but it's also I think a meal is like it's part of like the greater trip,
course.
right? The greater experience. It's emblematic of like how you're feeling at that time and the context. I told Enrico because you say Riccio is how you say sea urchin, so I was like, yo, they got to change your name to Enrico.
Damn.
And he said ha 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 many times.
That's a fucking fact, dude. The sum is greater than the parts of the whole. Okay. Have you ever seen Stanley Tucci's Searching for Italy ever? That show?
A few episodes, yeah.
Okay.
Did you go to Ischia?
He did go to Ischia. Now, I had never seen that, despite being young Tucci and Gucci with a Lucy. But the place that he went to was called Il Focolare.
What'd you call me?
Yeah. And they are famous for this rabbit that is served in a clay pot. Listen, I can't say for a fact that I've never had rabbit in my life, but there has never been rabbit that like made an impression on me. So not only does this place like it's one of those. Listen, by the way, it was one of those 3-hour meals.
Dude, I didn't have even lunch was 3 hours.
Yeah.
We'd be like, yo,
I'm
pop
just
down
saying
to the
'cause we
reach.
were, like, complaining about
Pop
this
down to the
earlier,
Reach Show spot and grab a quick bite. It's like 2 hours
Yeah.
later. You're like, bro.
So this was like, honestly, it was a little bit too long. They really weren't. They must get so many people because of fucking Tucci in there that they're literally like, sit your ass down. We got it. We're just like, we got it. So, you know.
Did you ever, real quick, did this ever happen to you where you didn't finish everything on your plate and this happened, we didn't finish everything on our plate because we over-ordered because we're fucking gluttonous. And I think it was taking so long, we asked for the check just like before they came in, they're like, anything else, dessert, coffee. We were just like, hey, can we have the check? They're like, and they saw that there's still food on the plate. They're like, is everything okay? Was something the matter? Like that happened a few times. We're just like, no, like we have to go.
Yeah.
Also, like we can't eat. We're too full.
The only time that happened to me was it was the double date in Milan when that guy wouldn't let us he wouldn't bring out any other course until the previous one was like finished.
Yeah.
Which was like whatever was the stracciatella.
Multiple
or
times
it
they were
was
like, is everything like, are you sure? Like, what's wrong? And it's like, no. It's,
I mean, for the
we're just
most
fat.
for the most part, I was fucking slurping down every fucking noodle. But anyway, at this place, Il Focolare, like, despite the fact that like we couldn't really even like remotely choose what we wanted, we got everything. And I will say that like between the rabbit and the clay pot, which kind of just tastes like chicken but like a little bit different, between that and the rabbit meatballs, which I really, really enjoyed, I was like, damn, dude, I might be a guy who like I fuck with rabbit now. I had never really considered it as something that I was into.
Yeah, rabbit's pretty good. It's usually pretty tender. Yo, speaking of meats, rare meats, I had horse, which apparently is a big meat on the southeastern quadrant of the heel of the boot.
And this isn't me being racist or anything, but like, isn't like people eat horse in Japan too?
I think I've had horse sashimi there. Horse is like, it's a poverty thing. Like horse was actually a big part of the American diet until like the 70s.
The 1970s?
Yes, the 1970s until the fucking
motherfuckers were eating horse
until Big Pig and Big Chicken came along.
Oh damn!
And fucking and Big Beef and like horse was a thing because it's like you have your animal that puts in years of work and then when it's too old, you
literal
fucking eat
workhorse.
it. Yeah, you eat that motherfucker.
Yo, this was fucking big glue, dude. Elmer's. They were like, we'd rather fucking create school supplies than a delicious fillet.
But horse is a big thing there, and I had it on. Like? It's pretty gamey, and like okay, I had it 2 ways. I had it in meatballs. I definitely had it more than twice, but I had it in meatballs, which are like pretty good, like earthy, gamey. And then just a horse steak, which was just like very thin and well done and just kind of like sitting in its own juices. Okay. It was fine. I ate it just so I could fucking take a pick and be like, yo, I'm at the Real Polo Bar and like try it. Would I order it like by choice with all external factors?
You had that real horsepower, dude.
Yeah. I got that horsepower.
To me, like, yo, I don't like. I know that people are like, oh, horses are majestic and beautiful, and like, I'm not denying that.
And delicious.
Yo, honestly, I think horses are overrated, dude.
Really?
I don't really fuck with them, dude, and I don't want to be eating them. This is funny coming from a fake cowboy. I'm not a horse guy.
Have you ever ridden a horse?
Yeah.
You ever pet a horse?
Yeah.
Horses are pretty majestic.
I don't know. Riding it was it was part of the itinerary at a bachelor party, Jules, and I was terrified, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, they
were a bit of unruly stallions and mares.
You don't like riding things, I guess, is the thing. What I'm learning. Scooters, horses, your wife.
Because I like getting ridden, brother.
Okay. Gay. Is it my turn or your turn?
It's gay if she's on top, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
It's gay if you're not doing the work.
Fellas, you're gonna let a woman fuck you? What are you, fucking gay?
What is my turn?
No, my final meal.
Rabbit. The rabbit.
No, that was my second.
Oh, I haven't done my second yet.
You said horse.
No, I just ate horse. That wasn't my best meal.
Damn.
That wasn't my best meal at all.
Sorry.
But the next night went to a Nona spot, which, bro, as a fucking cinephile, I feel like I should have flicked this up for you. Fucking Frank and Sophia, their pictures on the wall.
The Coppolas.
Yes. This was a true
loyalty.
This was a true Nona spot where like literally the fucking old ass woman was cooking in the kitchen. I think not barefoot, but like in like house slippers, and like pajamas.
Fire.
It's like, and they're like reading out the menu. It's like, yo, if Nona's in the PJs, you order the special. The special that night was a squid stuffed with something, meat, vegetables. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
I didn't care. It was
Squid
so.
rollatini.
It was probably the most
that.
tender squid, and which is funny because we weren't in like a seaside town. We were up in the mountains a little bit.
Yeah.
The most tender squid I've maybe eaten in like outside of like Japan. It was so fucking fire, just drenched in like delicious olive oil, fucking razor thin slices of garlic, like in Goodfellas, like crushed roasted tomatoes. I think it was like a pork stuffing. It was so fucking
That
good.
sounds
dude.
really good.
It was so good.
I'm famously not a seafood guy, so like the urchin, like I'm so happy that you got to experience that. That's something that wouldn't necessarily excite me, but I do love squid and octopus and shrimp. Yeah, dude, that sounds fucking
You're
awesome.
a seafoid guy. What is it?
Cephalopod. All right, so my last best meal is a tie between two fucking awesome pastas that I had. The best hotel on the island of Ischia is called Mezzatorre. And because Jenna and I very lazily and lately planned this trip, we could not stay there, which was a shame. But we did go there to eat, and they had pasta. I don't know if it's on the menu every night, and I did not write down what it is actually called, but it was it's basically just like linguine and clams, but like they do this fried breadcrumb fucking dusting on the top with the fucking fresh lemons. It blew my mother fucking dick off. And then there was another restaurant we went to just randomly that we didn't have plans that night, and this is towards the end of the trip, and we're just like walking in town taking fit pics, and we walked by this place called Ristorante O Pignatello. That for whatever reason, I tried to find their website so I could find out what the name of this pasta was. The website does not work.
That's how you know it's good.
That's how you know it's good. Though this place was pretty fancy, but I will say this was like a straight up fucking just red sauce, fresh pasta, some cheese on top. It just blew my fucking face off. All the shit is tagged on in the dumps. Go to all these places. I recommend.
Oh, so you feel like you're
them.
doing people a service by doing the dump tags and like the location shit and everything.
No, I would never. I'm not naive in that. I'm flexing that I'm on vacation. But ultimately, if anyone goes to Ischia and they want any type of intel that I could ever possibly be, so lucky enough to offer up to the fucking throw gang, it's all there now.
Same, bro. Yeah. Puglia. All right, I guess I'll also do a tie for my third. One, just real quick, we found this little mini mart that was just on a random, because at a certain point I was collecting recommendations and Google list saves from people that I don't even know, and it got a little overwhelming. But this one was it's right by us, it's open. Oh, it's the note says good sandwiches. Go there. We went there twice. The first time it's a ticket system. We took a ticket. Our number got called immediately. I was like, oh, is inglese? They're like, no. And I was like, and what do you want? They were just yelling. And I was like, that. And I accidentally ordered a sandwich because I just saw mortadella.
Sure.
Ordered a panino with mortadella, some sort of cheese, and tuna fish.
Ooh,
it was
Parmesan, my panino.
Not great.
That sounds horrendous.
It was fine. It was just the tuna fish was salty. The second time though, we went back and we're
got
all right,
the surf and turf Sammy panino.
We're because we're going to the nice beach club, but the food was it was too fancy. The food was just too fancy. It's not what we wanted. When we're at the beach, so I'm not trying to eat a fancy their take on some sort of fancy salad.
Yeah,
there.
I get it.
So we call ahead. They're yeah, you can bring food. It's totally cool. So we go to the sandwich spot and we're prepared. We don't get a ticket. We mentally figure out what we want.
Fucking time, dude.
There's again, this is a regular folks fucking market in a fucking town.
Yeah.
And so that it's tubs of zucchini, tomato, stracciatella, all the fucking meats and cheeses. Again, I'm salivating. We fucking are precise with it, and I'm like, yo, I want mortadella, stracciatella, zucchini, this giardiniera, and this roasted tomato salad. Actually, I didn't get the giardiniera. On this incredible bread. It was so fucking fire.
That sounds amazing.
So it's just a great sandwich. But the one time that we did kind of eat, or not one time, one of the few times where we kind of ate fancy was in this town called Ostuni, which is a mad old town where all the buildings and shit are built into caves. So we're literally,
that's awesome.
We go to this wine bar, and yes, it's a natural wine bar. So it has the natty wine bar aesthetic where it's wood and Ethiopian jazz. But you go downstairs and you're in a fucking cave where it's glass floors. I posted a photo of just my Gucci slipper.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it's below that is just rocks because you're in a fucking cave.
Right, but they put down the glass.
They put down heavy duty plexiglass. Yeah. But it was the one time where it was like kind of like
Damn, you were
upscale.
skating in the sleds.
Dude, it was kind of one times where it's like upscale, like new. It's
Yeah.
what you get at like Four Horsemen, right? But it was with like local shit. So we got this one dish. It was a salad with, normally I don't like fruit and salad, but it was peach, stracciatella, the local specialty capicola, a bunch of fucking herbs,
Gabagoo.
a bunch of herbs, and like local other like crunchies. It was phenomenal. Also, it was at the end of the trip, so it was like having something somewhat light.
Yeah, fresh.
With just
dude.
like peaches and
light.
fresh, and not everything's just like cooked and smoked, except for the cheese and the meat.
Except for half the shit.
Fucking gas. Also, again, just the setting of like you're eating in this like ancient ass fucking cave.
That's fire.
It's fire.
Honorable mention. When we parted, because we were leaving very early from Milan. I would just like to say that Jenna and I were like, "Fuck it, let's spend some money." We went to fucking Nobu in
Fire.
Milan, and it was fucking awesome.
All right. Well, hey, if anyone's in Milan and wants a record, check out this
Go
place,
to the
Nobu.
You should go to the Armani Hotel and eat fucking miso black cod when you're in Milan.
Speaking of Nobu, all right, last segment of the podcast.
Which is what?
You ordered Wild Wasted in Italy. You ordered the Drake book.
Oh, dude. Yes, let's fucking go. I ordered the fucking Drake book.
And you just got it yesterday?
Yeah, it came in. I was like, feels like it's coming in late. So I read it. First of all,
In its entirety? No.
bro, it's when you fucking see how long these quote unquote poems, which obviously everyone already knows, they're just IG captions.
Which can I just say, I was kind of nervous that he was going to make IG captions like as a thing, just like corny, because that's currently my entire personality.
Right.
Or I'm like, fuck, if Drake drops IG captions as a fucking poem book that are like kind of similar to mine, and so I'm a little nervous because I haven't seen this yet. We're going to do live reading, live reaction. I was a little like, am I going to have to fucking rethink my entire social media strategy and pivot to threads?
There is Drake pose the boy. Despite me being an absolute apologist for Big Scorp, titles ruin everything. The Drake poetry book, written in conjunction with a woman's name who I do not remember because I'm a misogynist.
And you forgot to bring the book.
And I forgot to bring the book, but I read it. It probably took me 2.5 minutes to finish the book.
All right.
I dog-eared all of the best, worst. This was terrible, and that's why we're gonna do a live.
Can't
readings.
wait.
So I'm gonna go first.
We'll go bar for bar.
Yeah.
I've not seen any of them, including the ones I'm going to read.
I picked my favorite
and we'll just react
15.
to them.
I have 8. You have 7. We're just gonna go back and forth. Okay, here we go. Number 1. There are 2 types of women in this world: women who like giving head, and women who I don't like.
Very cool, Drake. Very cool. So Drake's a head guy. All right.
Yeah. But have you ever seen the blind? Oh, maybe we could just do like a couple of sides here. There's a blind item that came out about hooking up with him. That was notable for 2 reasons I remember. One
Does he
was
like
that,
his booty hole eaten or something?
well, that's a different one.
Which is fine.
yeah, totally. But this one was that he doesn't have like the longest dick, but he has a thick cock. So shout out the fucking boy. Shout out Aubrey for that. And then the big thing was he loves sloppy, gagging dome. So I think this poem proves it.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. Here's one. I can see the dog ear mark.
Yeah. Oh, I literally had to hit Jenna, and I was like, "Can you take pictures of 15 Drake poems so James and I can read them on the podcast?" Because I forgot the book, even though I wrote it in my planner. Bring Drake book to James's.
Damn, if only you had it on your.
I've heard all
iPhone
of these
notification.
already.
Okay.
But I do want to.
First of all, I don't have time to go around telling every loser I come across, I'm sorry for your loss.
I like this one because
This is
shout
kinda
out the haters and losers of which
This is
there are
kind of
many.
mean, though. It's like,
Oh, this one's mean.
first of all, I don't have time to go around telling every loser I come across, I'm sorry for your loss.
Why are you coming across so many losers? You're Drake. You should be
Oh, I guess it's like
insulated from
loser,
losers.
like you lost something.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
No, well, okay. Well, we're just getting started. Okay.
Yo, Drake, if you need a fucking ghostwriter,
Yeah. Honestly,
P my IG captions.
our shit does be going harder than this. But the actual bars on the records, yes, are enjoyable. This is trash. Okay. Said you're 1 in a million, not 1 in 7.8 billion. Relax. Okay.
All right. I feel
that
like,
is how many people are on the earth. So, right, 1 in a million is not that impressive.
okay, I feel like I'm getting a sense of the overwhelming mediocrity of this book.
Yeah.
On to my quote number 2.
This is my favorite.
Quote, numbers don't matter. Source 2, someone who isn't doing them.
I love it. Let's go,
Come
dude.
on,
That's
bro.
the one that's good, dude.
These are too simple.
I know. Okay. This is all right, so this is the worst one
Okay.
in the entire book, in my humble opinion.
Okay.
You were in my dream last night. They call that a nightmare, right? That to me,
Bro.
what are we doing, Drizzy? You're the boy, man.
Control my eyes getting rolled back.
That one is that's. I mean, the chick must have written that one, right? Like that's
No, that's a Drake part.
Damn. That's the worst one. So we had to include.
I'm very okay. All right. Next up, Everest is probably easier to get over than you.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay, let's
Also,
just.
now you just sound like a bitch.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Jesus.
All right, here we go. 7 months later, you're asking me what's up. Oh, not much. Just been keeping my "I told you so" tucked. Bars.
All right.
At least that one rhymes, kind of.
Okay,
You know.
this one is a 2-pager.
Yeah, some are. So some are. Yeah, some are 2 pagers. Some are.
All right. Yo, the amount of paper that's wasted on this book. Okay. Hold on. This is small. I've seen this one. This is really bad. This is similar to the fucking bitches who give head. I don't know them.
Mm-hmm.
My therapist told me I need to stop listening to what people tell me. But if I take her advice, wouldn't I be listening to what people tell me?
But doctor, I am Pagliacci. Literally, that's the joke. Like, that's not. That to me was like this. It needs to be included. That one is very terrible. Okay, here we go. Now this one is very important because it applies to both of us.
Okay.
And some trips that we take for work.
Okay.
Told you that you have no business getting flown out if you can't at least fly business, but you don't even listen. Facts. Every brand that ever works with us, I'm sending this shit to you. I'm sending you this screenshot.
So bad, dude.
All right, let's go. Keep it
These
going.
are like.
These rock, bro. I mean, they're
I mean, is this like what do you think the cutting room floor of like his like writing sessions are?
These are you. I understand that Drake is corny and that like he's ironically some people's like goat for reasons that real. Listen, unless some of you real hip hop heads wouldn't fucking understand.
Is this something that have you seen people like celebrating any of this? Like, has he acknowledged this book at all beyond just like promoting it?
No, but all I'm excited for is the fact that there's like a record coming for all the dogs, and hopefully I'm seeing him twice live. One
Another
time,
2-pager.
One time not. Okay, here we go.
Another 2-pager. What's the difference between going through your phone and going through hell? I can't really tell. Dog. Come on.
All right, here we go. Oh, I like this one a lot. Our miscommunication is uncanny. Countries go to war over misunderstandings. You should be happy I go to Miami.
I mean, that's a lyric.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like them when they rhyme and they're kind of bars. But yeah, these suck.
All right, next one. What?
Oh, this one is so bad. This is so dumb that I had to include it.
Having trouble figuring out if you're a devil missing a horn or a unicorn.
Get it? Yo, honestly, you gotta be smart, dude, to get it, bro.
You gotta know animals and shit.
You gotta know about mythical creatures.
You gotta know about religion.
Okay. This one was weird to me because this is so specific to a time and a place of when this book was written.
Okay.
Apple added edit text so you can resent what you really meant. ... Is that resentment? Get it? Resentment? Woo! Why was this one written 1 month ago and included?
Well, isn't he an Apple guy? Like, I'm sure Tim Cook maybe he had the edit text function.
But
ahead
yeah,
of time.
that to me was, I'm like, this is so specific.
It's like you can do that. You can do resentment. You can do that. Oh, no, you can't do that. All right, last one for me. Maybe tonight you can take a break from scrolling through people's lives and step outside.
You know, I included this.
Why?
He literally wrote touch grass.
Okay.
This, like, the fact that there is someone telling him or encouraging him that, like, that this is profound, that this is touch grass. That's why I'm like, I can't believe that one. Like, whoop. Okay. All right. Last one.
Finally.
And this one is important.
I can't believe there's thousands of these. Hundreds?
No, dude.
How many are there?
40?
It's a 40-page book?
Yeah,
like a zine?
It's like a zine. No, it
It's a
literally is-
novella?
It's literally a zine.
Okay.
All right, here you go. You
It's
ready?
a bar zine.
This is a great note to go out into, and I'll explain why. Tell Guinness I know who the most annoying bitch is. Jenna sends it to me. She goes,
I thought you said Jenna.
No, Jenna sends this to me because it's the last one. She goes, the answer is you are for making me do this.
Nice. All right. This has been another episode of The Only Podcast That Matters, ending on a fucking wet fart that is Drake's poetry.
Damn, I'm normally better. Can I get a good one here?
Yeah.
Every time, baby.
Chef, take us out.